All right, all right, all right. We back with another one, Smith Cartel. What's up with y'all? Whew, man. I had to make a drink for this one and take my glasses off. This one gonna be crazy. So we reacting to a video that I asked why he would do it. I don't know. Don't even get me started. I love the boy to death. I love Young Thug. But it says a tweet by Young Thug could send him to prison or possibly will send him to prison. I don't know. Y'all know the channel. Like and subscribe to the Smith Cartel. You know, we ain't doing nothing but reactions over here. I got me a new mic now, so y'all can really hear my voice and know how deep it really is. But we're gonna react to this because I'm tripping, man. I was like, man, why he threw that out there? He already know what his stipulations is, so we're gonna see what's going down. We're gonna see what's going down.
Fani Willis has officially filed a motion to send Young Thug back to jail. And it all stems from a couple of tweets that Young Thug posted yesterday. Tweets are not illegal. This is America. We have freedom of speech. But because Young Thug signed quite
boy, they boy, look at his face. He like, are you serious right now? Boy, that boy put on so much weight and stuff when he was in there. But that's what happens. See, a lot of people don't know if you ain't ever been there. When you go, if you use, and here's the thing, a lot of people don't associate it with African Americans or black people, but I'm part black, so I can speak on it. When you go in, it don't matter who you is, everything get cut off, regardless of what y'all think. Y'all think these boys go in there and they still living their life. They lying to y'all. There's a one-off whenever they get the chance, but it don't happen like they act like it do. Everything's cut off. So when you cut off all the stuff you've been doing, if you've been drinking syrup, you've been doing lean or whatever, syrup, lean, same thing. You've been doing, you know, what did they call it back? I mean, anything, any drugs that's cut, that's taken from you. So everything, you eating 3 meals a day. Regardless of what people say, you eating 3 meals a day. Trust me. I know for a fact. So with that being said, ooh, that shit good to the motherfucker. So with that being said, that's just what I'm saying. So let's get it.
possibly the worst plea deal I've ever seen a high-profile
You
celebrity
gonna gain
sign.
that weight back.
They have the leisure to essentially send Young Thug to jail whenever they so please. And this right here is...
Oh yeah, and if y'all hear the background, I got my AC unit running. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hot than a mother sucker. I was sitting in here, man, with just the house AC on, and it was blowing. I had that mug on what, like 70. I ain't going no lower because you're gonna freeze it up. I'm an HVAC tech, but so I was like, man, you know what? I turned that window unit on and got it pumping, boys. Frosty in the Smith Cartel dungeon. Yeah. Y'all love them vocals. I know y'all do. Them girls be like, ooh, play that video again. They only want to hear me sing. But anyway, what I was telling y'all was that when you get cut off from all that, you gain weight back.
is a perfect example of it. When we found out what Young Thug's plea deal was, everybody and their mama on social media told Young Thug, bro, you better all fight in this case, bro. This is just a trap to send you back to jail.
Participation in criminal street gang activity. How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
As to count 58, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 59, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 60, violation of the Georgia Controlled.
Understanding what y'all watching right now. What happens is they had Young Thug in jail and they couldn't get him. They couldn't prosecute him. So they just held him there for nothing. And then when he got sold, they really pretty much broke him. Because when he got to the point where they was like, yeah, we're going to hold him here. And then when he see his kids, he see his family, and we keep him holding here, he ain't making no money, no nothing. He's spending it more than he is anything else. He going to cop a plea. And that's what he did. He said, man, you know what? I ain't going to win this. I'm just going to cop a plea and get out of here. But the plea he took was pretty much a slap in the face. Like, we want you to fail. So That's what everybody's talking about, and he's just pleading guilty to everything so he can get out. And
Controlled
stuff.
Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 61, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to
We ain't gonna
count
watch
one,
all this because we already know.
Says cuh, slat, slime, 20 years in jail. He can't hang out with any felons.
Yeah, they said if he do anything that makes him feel like it's gang activity, if he say we got him, slime, it's over with. He going to jail, and that's the crazy thing, man. Like it's like how do they expect? I've always asked that. How do you expect somebody to sit there and go off of your judgment on what something is and something ain't? You aren't the creator. But we have to go off of it. It's like, okay, well, if you can't do backflips through a hoop, then you're going back to prison. So you better get to learn how to do backflips through a hoop. That's just how they do it. They do it on purpose. They'll tell you to your face they doing this. And they'll tell you when you go in, when you go in to go see the parole officer, they'll tell you straight up, they'll be like, look, man, we're here for you to fail, not to pass, not to succeed. That's exactly their words.
20 years in jail. Right? He can't contact anybody who was on that particular case with him besides Gunna. 20 years in jail. So it's just so restrictive that it's almost impossible for Young Thug to avoid not going back to jail for 20 years. You know the plea deal is bad when your own lawyer is coming out after pleading and he's telling you, bro, we could have gotten a not guilty plea, bro. I'm not happy with this guilty.
They had nothing. They had nothing. He would have fought that. He would have won that case. He would have won that case, but he knew that they was going to keep him locked up the whole time. That was crazy. But, and then they got, see, like me, I've always been the type. I'm not the type like some of these guys. Like, they be talking about how these guys are guilty until proven innocent, you know? I've been there, done that. I've done it. I've been there. I know what it feels like. I know what everything feels like. I personally, something happens. I don't believe it until it happens, until I see the proof and everything. Or even then, I got to question it because some of that proof don't even be, it be fabricated.
Plea, man, but Thug wanted to take it because Thug wanted to come home today.
As far as how Jeffrey's feeling now, he knows my feelings, which I'm not going to reveal for attorney-client privilege. But this is not the same as a not guilty verdict. That should have been ran.
Number one, shout out to his lawyer. His lawyer was real. If y'all blow me up on YouTube or anything happens, I'm calling that man because I know I'm gonna need him. Because if I blow up and I become famous, boy, I'm gonna need him because I'm gonna knock out a few people. I'm gonna knock out quite a few people. Y'all already know how I get down. Anybody that really know me, y'all know how I get down already. So I already know if I become famous, I'm knocking out quite a few people. Especially how these interviewers and these people be talking to people when they talk. Man, you don't know me. You just know what image I give you. You don't know me. I freestyle all day long. I could rap. I could do all that stuff all day. You know what I'm saying? But when you come at me and you don't know who I really am, that makes me want to show you who I really am. And that's the problem, man. A lot of these interviewers and stuff and these people and all that, rappers, everybody, they like to talk slick because they start feeling themselves. Yeah, somebody might be broke. Yeah, somebody might come from the bottom. Yeah, somebody might come out the mud and they might have to grow. But when you start talking them crazy, I'm not that one. I'll knock you out.
But nobody here.
And I'm still gonna be your friend. I'm gonna be your friend. Shit, some of my best friends I done knocked out. What? That's how we became friends.
Gets up at 4:15.
But can we talk about how clean that suit is his lawyer got on? That boy is fresh.
Comes to the Fulton County Courthouse.
Look at that boy next to him. That brother next to him, boy. Them boys, them boys right there. You looking at probably right now. Looking at them because I wear suits and everything. I'm a fashion connoisseur. I love fashion when it comes to wearing things. But when you look at these two gentlemen, when you look at them, boy, them suits together, both of them together, the whole fit is probably looking at $16,000 standing in front of you. That's just the suits, the suits. I ain't talking about old boy glasses, which are probably Versace. They look like Gucci, maybe Versace, but I'm not talking about his glasses or nothing. And anyway, ain't talking about the jewelry, because I know, oh boy, one of them got a wedding band on, or if not two, and they got a watch, and that watch is probably an AP. You know what I'm talking about? These boys is fresh. Y'all don't understand.
Bad. Doritos is his meal of choice. And then coming to a
We're going to skip this, because this is just his, now this
Young
this
Thug
one right here.
posted biggest liar in the DA office.
Yeah, that was.
This is a picture of Marissa Verrado. I'll call her
Why he
Verrado
did
the
that, I
Vixen.
don't know.
All right, this is the quote-unquote undercover detective who has essentially
ain't
managed
saying all that,
to weasel
man.
her way into the good
I
graces
ain't
of
saying all
gangbangers
that.
all across the city because she looks like a BBL Instagram model, and she's managed to weasel information out of them, and then she testifies against them as a gang expert.
I didn't see this about her. I saw it when he posted it. I didn't see this video, but y'all know we stay true on the Smith Cartel channel. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my sons and my baby girls, my little girls. Love y'all. We real on this, so I'm gonna speak the truth. She might be the most toxic woman in the world, but that woman fine in a mother. Damn, she fine as hell. Like, yeah, he said it right. Instagram model, you know what I'm saying? And shit, and we all know, all of us men know, most of the stuff on her is fake, probably artificial. But she, the way she put it together. See, there you could do puzzles and say, man, that puzzle was alright, but it was, you know, you could do puzzles like, damn, that puzzle was beautiful. That puzzle's fucking awesome. That's the thing I'm saying. She's not a bad looking woman. If she got all that official work, she did it right. For a big girl, she knew exactly the code. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing I be trying to tell people, because like, I remember when I was younger, girls used to come to me and say, man, you don't like you date any kind of big girl. What you talking about? I date big girl, man. But it's like, she pretty. But those be the ones that be, yeah. Those be the ones that be, you know, you be in the bathroom shaving and she at your house, and all of a sudden you just shaving, and all of a sudden you hear mayonnaise. What the hell? And you start looking. Them be the ones that'll tell you like 3 days later, babe, you know, you was walking around and yelling in your sleep, and I had to make sure you didn't hurt yourself. But then if you put a camera in there, they walking around doing shit to you. Y'all know I'm just playing. Oh, y'all be tripping.
It's a dirty game she playing, which is why she never shows her face in court. Barreto is the same lady who was testifying in the YSL case, got caught up in...
Can we talk about why Poetic Flacco looked like he finna go do a drill? Can we talk about that? Look, I don't want to be coming back like a year later talking about Poetic Flacco on this day. Man, you better not be going to do a drill. You look like them boys that was at O-Block getting ready to go get, you know who. Yeah, man. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Doug. Carlton Weekly, rest in peace. That was messed up what they did to that boy, man.
Multiple lies, got discredited, the judge yelled at her. She's a mess. But Young Thug posted this because she's now doing the same thing to Lil Baby. All right, so she was testifying in the Goodfella Lil Baby Ops RICO case. And while she was testifying in front of the grand jury, she testified that the Goodfellas was on wiretap saying
Why they
Baby
call
put a bag
Goodfellas?
on their head. But here's the thing.
That's crazy.
They never said
I
Lil
like
Baby.
that though.
Right, she came to that conclusion on her own.
Oh, what's up, huh? Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on that a bunch of these folks' head. Did y'all hear him say that? All right, she gonna watch, and Vermerino is gonna explain it to them. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, cause I'm gonna clear it up for you. Cause sister girl, first off, shout out to all the black queens, the real ones. But all y'all ratchet ones, nah, bruh. Let's go here, right there at that level. Okay, so that is not what she said. What he said. So let's clear that up. Anytime somebody like that here, anytime a black woman who's very aggressive in her delivery hears something, they get excited, and for some reason, they gotta add some stuff to it. Now, let me tell you what she said. He said, excuse me. He said they got a lot of tickets on people. That don't mean on their head. Now, if it's me, I don't hear anybody. I don't hear Lil Baby talking. I mean, not Lil Baby. I'm talking about the wrong one. I don't hear Young Thug or anybody else talking about anything. But I know what this trial is. This is for the Lil Baby thing. Now, I don't hear Lil Baby's name in it. They say Unc. That could be anybody. But you can't go off of street names. You got to go off of something else because there's so many people that had the same street name. You know what I'm saying? So many. I remember I played on people so much because everybody was like, oh, yeah, because for the longest time, everybody thought my street name was Sleepy. It wasn't. But I let everybody think it was. It was Sleeper. Because I knocked people out. Everybody. So it wasn't Sleepy. It was Sleeper. But everybody, even my ex-wife, thought it was Sleepy. And I let them know. And I'm going to tell you something. If you bring that man out, you ain't going to see tomorrow.
Stop. I'm going to play it on its own. So
Would
y'all
you?
be like, Sylvia, why don't you shut up?
Yeah, would you?
I'm going to play it again.
With all that extra. I'm sorry. I ain't see you. You cool, though,
We
baby.
just
You
heard
cool,
somebody
baby.
say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Here's what I say. Words and what is it called? Vernacular. How you say it? My tongue is messed up. I should have drunk that. Vernacular. Whatever you say. Anyway, I'm off right now with it. That's gonna bug me. Vernacular. Okay, their vernacular is, and the way they talk and what they say, it judges on them. So they say this, they say that, they say this, they say that. Now it changes at times. I mean, I remember when marijuana was called chronic, herb, weed, kush, what else? Popcorn. Come on, help me out in the comments, y'all. Help me out in the comments. It was killer. You know what I'm saying? Dro. It was so many names for marijuana. Now then they had mid grade, low grade, high grade. You know what I'm talking about? So it was so many names, and stuff changes through time. You know what I'm saying? The police used to be called they was called police. They was called the Jake. They was called 5-0. They was called the 12. You know what I'm saying? They changed over the years and stuff, and they stuck with it. So I mean,
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
They never said Lil Baby's name, but they brought the gang expert Marissa Ferrato in court, so she can testify. But here's the thing. When she testifies, the court is not allowed to put the camera on her face. She is an undercover detective, right? She is remaining anonymous. So what's going on here is, because she's been in the YSL trial, because she's been in several high-profile trials, people in court has identified her, and they've been posting her on social media.
Y'all don't know the secret.
Young Thug posted
I do.
Biggest Liar in the DA, and he showed her picture, showed her face, but he never identified her as Marissa. He just said, "Just the Biggest Liar." But nonetheless, though, like Fannie Willis was very upset that Young Thug posted this, right? Because first of all, Marissa is supposed.
I'm gonna try to figure out what the story is. I forgot. Somebody told me. I don't know if they were lying though about Fannie. There was like Fannie Willis don't like street stuff or something like that. I don't know. Nobody likes street stuff. Nobody likes to deal with stupid stuff. Almost cuss. I'm trying to be a better person. You know, I mean, people want to go to the gas station in the middle of the night and be safe. They don't want to go to the gas station and see, excuse me, a bunch of hoodlums, a group of black guys, young black guys, or a group of young white guys, or a group of young Latinos. They don't want to see that, and they all got gang-affiliated type stuff going on, or just street in general. They don't want to see that. You know, that's why people are getting tired of it. But Thug should have left this alone.
Supposed to be like incognito, undercover. So you posting this is already out in somebody currently testifying in the high-profile Gang Rico, right? You know, Gang Rico, like for example, Goodfellas, who was known for taking out snitches. So Fannie Willis is upset, right? And Fannie Willis is putting all the blame on Young Thug because apparently after Young Thug posted this, death threats started to reel in. People began to threaten, you know, Fannie Willis, began to threaten Marissa, began to threaten her mama. So Fannie Willis filed a state motion to revoke Young Thug's probation. Now, they will claim that apparently Young Thug, who is the defendant, continued presence in the community under probationary supervision presents a clear and present danger to public safety and undermines the rule of law.
Get the hell out of here,
The cool part
Fannie.
about all of this is Young Thug isn't even in their community. Y'all banned him for.
Yeah, he ain't even in the ATL. What are you talking about, girl? Get your stupid ass home, man. You know why she in Atlanta? Because she'd have never made it in Texas. Nah, there's no DA. Hell nah. These boys in Texas would have ran her out. And I'm real talk, man. I don't play no bull crap. I ain't lying about nothing. I'm not one of them type of tree huggers. I'm not no crybaby. I see what it is. And they would have ran her, whatever the wrong with her ass out of here. That's why I won't go to Atlanta. And that's what she gonna make it. She gonna make it to where nobody goes to Atlanta. These people just trying to take money from people, yo.
For 10 years, did y'all forget? Look at how vague this is, and you can't tell me probation ain't slavery, yo. So apparently, Fannie Willis believes that she has the power to send Young Thug to jail whenever she so pleases, and her reason is the conditions of probation were imposed pursuant to OCGA, which authorized.
Y'all need to look at that woman. That woman is angry. She a mean. Y'all be talking about these mean black women that nobody can stand, that are just annoying. Not the good black women, not them good ones, not the real educated one. Because the education it can be judged differently. Some people judge it on academics. I judge it on straight up looking at you, talking to you. If you act stupid, then you is stupid. You know what I'm saying? I speak like that. You are stupid, but I say is stupid because you know, because people dumb. But you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no kind of intelligence that you showing anybody, then why should they show you any kind of favoritism or say, "Oh, you cool"? Nah, they're gonna distance themselves, and that's what it is.
His course to establish
She just
and
want to send
enforce
people to jail. That's an
conditions
angry,
necessary
mean,
to protect
just
the
mean
public
black
and
woman,
uphold
dude.
the
I guarantee you, she
administration
cussed
of
everybody
justice.
out in the drive-thru when she go
apparently,
through
Young
it.
Thug don't even have to violate the specific conditions they set in
Every
place.
time her order,
They
right?
can
Every time
make
she
up
get an order, it's
conditions
wrong.
as they go, right? If they so please decide that Young Thug breathing disturbs public safety, they can bring him back to prison. Under the section escalating threats and witness intimidation, they will say the investigator Marissa Viverado is currently testifying in a multi-defendant gang murder preliminary hearing, which remains ongoing and is set to reconvene on Monday, April 7th, 2025. During this hearing, the court explicitly ordered that the witness not be shown on television while testifying. Despite this order, a known blogger deliberately violated the court's directive by posting on social media she doesn't want to be shown on screen. Well, here she is, along with a photograph of investigator Viverato. The blogger who did that was Infamous Sylvia, by the way. Now, they're now saying that Young Thug apparently got wind of this, and Young Thug decided to add his insult to injury too.
At Action Behavior Centers, we provide personalized ABA therapy for children with autism.
They don't give a damn.
The
Boy,
work
they
was said
flock
on
up.
Tuesday, April
Sugar
1st,
Cartel, they out of
2025,
there,
Jeffrey
man.
Williams, Young Thug, amplified this act by reposting the image with the caption, Marissa Viverato is the biggest liar in the DA's office. Yo, they put this in quotation as if that's what Young Thug said. Young Thug never said her name. He said biggest liar in the DA office. Like, if you're gonna put something in quotation in the official court document, bro, you might as well get it accurate. This is why Young Thug
And he didn't defamation character nothing because he didn't use her name.
and them beat what they didn't beat it, right? Like Yak Gotti beat the RICO, but Young Thug pled guilty before he could beat it. But this is why they beat it, right? It's too many administrative errors. They will go on to say that Young Thug post quickly went viral, amassing over 2 million views with thousands of comments and retweets, many of which included direct threats to investigator Viverato and her family. At this point, it feels like if you're on probation, you're not a citizen no more, bruh. Like, free speech
You're
don't
not.
exist for you just
They'll
because
treat
you're
you
on
like the
probation. It makes
fucking
no sense.
craziest,
Young Thug
man.
is not responsible for those threats. Like, but Young Thug posted her picture because he felt like she's a liar, and he called her a liar. He ain't say, "Yo, go threaten her."
Yeah.
So these are the specific threats they're talking about.
This ain't like when he said slavery or nothing. I'm gonna tell you what it is. This is how women want to be able to treat men. Crazy women want to treat men like this. They want to be able to do whatever they want. If that man reacts any kind of way, they want to put his ass in jail, lock him up, or kill him, or unalive him. I'm sorry. This is how it is. And a lot of people don't see it because they blind to it, but they do know it's happening. And that's all it is. It ain't modern day slavery. It's really how a woman wants to do. I'm going to control this man. He going to stay. Either he going to listen and do whatever I tell him, even though I do what I want, or I'm going to put him in jail. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. That's the thing about it, baby. Smith Cartel, we don't hold no punches. You know what I'm saying? We don't hold no punches. And just like with the dudes, I commented one time, a long time ago, when everybody gave me hell when I was talking about the whole, what was it, Britney Spears and Kevin Feline, whatever his name was. You know what I'm saying? That boy won on it, and he did it on purpose. There wasn't nothing there. So he was a punk. To me, he was. You know, you don't do no woman like that. Especially, I mean, yeah, she could have gave him something. Yeah, you gonna have to give him something. I ain't tripping on that. But that boy went out like, yeah, she know now. Nah, bruh. That ain't a flex. That's why you went into obscurity afterwards, dummy. Let's get with it, man.
Twitter user by the name of Mikey Day 100 posted, "If the hate is really real, then pull up to her mama crib." Now, they got her mama address marked out, but obviously he didn't mark.
Y'all gonna get slime, young slime already put back in. He ain't doing nothing, man. He don't even lit her. What the hell?
Mark it out, and he actually posted the address and doxed her. But here's the thing, bruh. Now, can you imagine being one of these Twitter trolls? You posting one out of your 1,000 tweets, and then you wake up and you see yourself in a complaint for Young Thug. I feel like us normal people, we will be really upset, really frantic, really scared. But for trolls like this, I feel like they live for this, bruh. Like, they live for moments like this, yo. Right? They now.
Shout out to Poetic Flacco. Yeah, they do. They live for moments like this, man. They go do this stuff, man, just to get a reaction. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm like, man, Young Thug, you should have left that alone, man. That wasn't for you. We all know you real, but that wasn't for you. You the GOAT, but that wasn't for you. Shout out to everybody in the video. You know, shout out to Poetic Flacco. Go check out his channel. Check out the Smith Cartel channel. Y'all come back and join us, man. We're going to sit back and react. to a few more videos, see what we got going, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on, man. I just been working and doing stuff, so I ain't had time. But we're going to react. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. Yeah.